Hey everyone, so I'm attempting to do a soft wash of my roof to get it all cleaned up. I did go ahead and wet it down in preparation for using my pressure washer. Wasn't really a lot of information online about how to do it yourself, so we'll see if I can get it to work. All right, the last time I attempted to do this, the solution that I used just kind of rolled off my house. Finally realized that the pros are using a foaming agent to help it to bind and help it, the chlorine to do its thing. So I got green agent here, so you can look that up yourself, and it's a chlorine enhancer foaming agent, and then I got some chlorine. So I made a 10-to-1 solution here. Right here, so that's just chlorine and the foaming agent, 10-to-1, chlorine being the 10. And then I have a fluid injector. Now, so the thing is typically you don't inject the chlorine, through your pressure washer hose. So this is going to the gun. Obviously it's corrosive, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it because this hose is on the older side. So I'll see how well it does. And then once I'm done, I'm just going to do some straight up water pressure washing to just kind of get that hose nice and clear. If anything, I'll replace it. But this is actually a cheaper route to go if I just end up replacing the hose or the gun than to pay to have it my roof clean. But here's the fluid injector tool. It's just you put it in line. It's got the hose that goes into your solution that will go ahead and pull that solution into the hose to go to your pressure washer gun. Now there are fluid injectors that are on the gun end, so they're not going through your gun, they're not going through your hose. It's just obviously that you're going to have a really long hose from your gun down to your solution, because I'm going to have my hose going. I'm going to have the pressure washer on the ground, and then I'll be up on the roof. It was an easier way for me, but probably better on your equipment if you use the injector tool that's at the other end of your gun. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pressure washer going, get this applied, and we'll see how it does. Okay, so after the first pass, the chlorine really didn't make much of a difference. I'm sure it killed this algae that's growing here on my roof, but didn't do a good job of cleaning it up. So I came up here to rinse with the hose, and if you notice when I applied the chlorine on, I used a spray nozzle just to spread it out to apply the chlorine. No pressure, because this is supposed to be a soft wash. But and obviously that didn't work. But so I'm coming up here and just to rinse it off, just to see if that'll make a difference, just by giving this roof a good rinsing, and not really knocking much stuff off. But I noticed when I just kind of went down and I applied some pressure, and that made a difference. So what I'm going to do is put another tip on my pressure washer. Obviously I'm not going to get real close because I don't want to knock all the material, off of these shingles. What I'm going to do is just hold it back a little bit, just apply a little bit of pressure and get it cleaned up. Okay, just to recap, so as you can see there on the left, you can see where looks bright and new, nice and clean, worked out real well. And then on the right, you'll see that I haven't finished that up over there. So what I did is, starting out, I thought this was going to be like a soft wash, and turned out that so I did apply the chlorine with the foaming agent blend. That worked out pretty good. Probably did the job of loosening up the algae and stuff that was growing there on the shingles, but it didn't knock it out completely. So I came through with, I think it was a 15-degree tip for my pressure washer, maybe a 25-degree tip, but just a, you know, a wider, you know, blade, just so it wasn't as intense. And then I, you know, obviously held the pressure washer back some, going through with, you know, just straight water and some pressure to go ahead and clean the shingles out. You know, you've always heard, hey, don't pressure wash your roof because, you know, you'll tear off the pebbles and all that kind of stuff. And so with the tip that I used, there, you know, there was a little bit of pebbles, but not noticeable. Like, you know, I could pass by a shingle and I wouldn't see any of the pebbles come off. But again, you may want to kind of just do your own research on this to see if, you know, if you can find some videos from professionals to see what they're saying. This is just more of a do-it-yourselfer job. I'm happy with the way this turned out, and I'd probably do this again in the future. But anyways, thanks for watching, and God bless.